Fear and growth go hand in hand. You ain't growing unless you living in fear. Oh, what do I mean by that? I said you ain't growing unless you are living in fear. Okay. No. So if you don't know me, my name is Queen A, and I am your clarity coach for the now. I am on Facebook and YouTube. So if y'all see me looking back and forth, that's because I'm on YouTube on this my laptop, and then I'm on Facebook on my phone right here. Okay, and I want to make sure. So I couldn't get it to go live. Both of them from the same platform, but that's okay. Needless to say, we are here today. I already know tech be teching, okay? But right here, we are on Slapping with Truth. Now, if you don't know me, what we do right here, we help those individuals, those entrepreneurs, those team leaders, those organizations that are looking to lead their team with more than just motivation. Why do I say that? Because motivation don't last, yet clarity does. Clarity lasts for life. Motivation lasts for a second. Motivation is a feeling, which is what we getting into. Fear is what? A feeling. Feeling, a feeling, a feeling. And the important thing y'all need to know about feelings is what? They change. Right? They change on a daily basis. Matter of fact, I would love to say that they change every second, by the second. Right? On the second, by the second. Think about it. 1 minute you're happy, then you're sad, then you're excited, then you're frustrated, then you're angry. And you can have these feelings all in like really 1 minute. 1 minute is a long time for you to really have all these. How many of y'all have ever done that? I know I felt like that. I've had my good times and my bad times. I had them back to back, and don't understand what's going on, right? But if you are a business owner, the main time fear kicks in is when? Do y'all know when? The main time fear kicks in for a business owner, an entrepreneur, a team leader is when you are required to grow. That's right. Fear ain't, it's not there when you're comfortable, when you're doing the same routine and you're doing the things that you know how to do, the things that you know what, I spent 20 years doing this. How many times you go on a job and you go on the like, okay, so I know the warehouse world. I love the warehouse world, right? That's where I came from. My last job, I was in a warehouse. And so you go and somebody teaching you a machine, right? You get a brand new job, and that person that's training you on that area, usually it's somebody that's been there for a while. And how do they look? Do they look like they're scared to teach you, like they're unsure, or are they comfortable? They're comfortable. Most of us can agree on that. And the reason being because they have been doing this over and over again. So they know what to expect. They know what can go wrong. They know how to correct things when it go wrong. And so it makes them very comfortable. Yet on the flip side, what does it look like for the opposite person? Like if you flip it over, what does it look like for the person that's coming there to learn? Right? The person that's coming there to learn, what does it look like? They usually tend to what? Have a little fear because they're not sure how the machine works. Oh man, you know what? If the button go, or the light turn green, or red or whatever, and it stop. I don't know. I don't want y'all to say I did it. It's a little fear there, and I want to know why do we have fear every time it's time for us to grow? Think about when it's time for you to put in that new application, or when it's time for you to file for that LLC. You'll think about 10 business names, right? Like, you know what? You already had a business. Let's say it was Queen's Coaching or King's Brand or whatever, right? I'm just throwing out names. And the names about 5 of them. And now you then came up with one. You like, yeah, this solid. I got my logo. And now it's time for you to get that LLC. Now, most people, they do what? They start like, oh, you know what? Let me fix the name, make sure this is right. Let me make sure, like, they start really over critiquing whether it's the name or the logo, whatever it is. They start really over critiquing before they even apply for the LLC. Instead of just going to the website, applying for the LLC, spending the money for the LLC, and getting it like that. Why do you think most people hesitate when it comes to that? Right? Oh my gosh. So was I not live on Facebook? Oh, Facebook, you're going to kill me. Facebook, you're going to kill me. Hey, I'm live now on Facebook, okay? But no. But I want to know why do y'all feel like why is it that most people fear when they're about to grow? It's because it's something that you're not certain of. That's why when you go to that job and that person that's been on that area for 20 years, they come over and teach you, they're very comfortable. They like, you know what, girl, push this, do this. They like over there snacking, they ain't even thinking about it. The machine go off, they come over there, tap the little button. They ain't worried about it. Meanwhile, on the flip side, you over there on the machine, you doing what they see, what they showed you how to do, and let's say something happens. Oh, the machine starts singing or the red light come on and everything stop. What happens to the person who's brand new? They start what? Having fear. Like, oh my gosh, oh, what did I do? Is it me? Did I push something wrong? Did I do something wrong? You start thinking of all type of reasons, right? That it could be your fault. Why is that? I'll tell you why. It's because of this simple reason right here. Because you're unsure of how the process works. And that is how it is when you are growing in general with business. That is how it is. You have to understand anytime you're encountering growth, you're going to encounter fear as well. That's why I don't like when I listen to individuals that say, I don't fear anything. I don't have any fear. And I'll be the first one, Queen A, to be the first one to tell you you're a liar. Everybody fears something. Whether it's something that you want to tell the public that you fear or not. Right? I mean, think about this for a second. Can you imagine being a 6-foot man and your fear is ants? Right? Just think about that for a second. You're a 6-foot man and your fear is ants. That's how most people would feel. Most people would laugh. Most people would laugh. Like, what the mess you talking about? The reason being because any man that's 6 foot, right? He's not gonna. A lot of them are gonna be hesitant to say that, hey, I have a fear of ants, something that's this little. And so we have to understand everyone has a form of fear, whether it's you trying something new. Oh man, I don't, a fear of if you're going to get that job or not, a fear of if you're going to get that grant or not, a fear of if you're going to even get approved for that loan, for the mortgage or for the house or for the business or for anything or not. The fear of if you're going to pass your driving test or not. The fear of the going to be in them new environments to network or not. But y'all have to understand that anytime you're encountering growth, you're going to encounter some fear. And so my thing is this. Have you been having a little fear lately? So if you are a business leader, a team leader, if you have run an organization, you are inquiring about being an entrepreneur. My question to you is, have you felt any fear lately? Think about that for a second. Have you felt any fear lately? Now, why do I ask you, have you felt any fear lately? Because if you are on a journey and everything you do feels comfortable, you're not growing. You're just not. There's no way around it. I know I love my little sound effects. I like them. I love them. Let me know what y'all think about them, okay? But no, you're not growing. So if you feel like you're comfortable, like every day you just get up like, oh, you know what? Yeah, and you feel like that throughout the whole day. You ain't hesitant. You ain't backpedaling on anything. You're not growing. Because fear and growth, they go hand in hand. You can't have growth without fear. And what? You can't have fear without growth. Let me say that again. You can't have growth without fear. And you can't have fear without growth. Why do you think most individuals stay where they're raised at? Have y'all ever thought about that? Why do you think most individuals stay where they're raised at? Why do you think most individuals stay on the job for 20 or 30 years? Why do you think even when they're miserable and they feel like they need to get paid more money and extra, but yet and still they like, you know what, I'm gonna stay here because my 401k is coming up. I can't afford to lose this. I need my vacation time. I just can't afford it. But they complain every day about how miserable it is. Do you think it's really because of the 401k that's coming up? And because they really don't want to, I really just, oh, I got to keep my 2 weeks of vacation. And, girl, I just got to keep that. I'm just, you know what? I'm going to tell you it is. And a lot of us don't even realize that this what it is. But let me tell you, because that was me. I didn't want to leave my job, right? It was comfortable. I made decent money. And I was just like, you know what? Why leave? I've been here for a while. I got vacation time. I'm making good money. Yet I was miserable going home. And every time I would get in the shower, I blow my nose. I had what they call it metal dust blowing out my nose. Then I start realizing everybody in this warehouse that's been here for years is sick. They have something going on and they wondering why. Well, I mean, every time I'm going home, I'm blowing what? What I just say? Metal dust. Just saying. Metal dust. Something for y'all to think about. Think about that for a second. Yet people will stay. So you think I'm supposed to stay because I don't want to lose my vacation time and I'm making decent money, even though I know I'm getting all this metal dust in my system. I know I got all this metal dust in my system. And I know I can apply somewhere else and make more money, right? Even if I ain't trying to be a coach, even if I ain't trying to start my own business, I can at least apply for a position making more money that I don't have to worry about being in the environment with them chemicals and going home with that. And then more importantly, I could start my own business and speak and plant seeds of clarity. And I don't have to worry about a machine. I don't have to worry about my hands always feeling cut up from the metal dust. I don't have to worry about blowing my nose or getting in the shower and just wiping it all off. I don't have to worry about them things. That's the blessing. See, a lot of us, we can't focus because that we worried about it. Right? Right? I mean, we ain't worried about it. See, I was worried about that. I wanted growth. I wanted more. I wanted growth. I wanted more for my health. And a lot of us taking that for granted. A lot of us staying on jobs, staying in locations that are no good to our health, all because we make good money. We make good money. I got a good 401k plan. I'll be able to retire in 5 years, 6 years, whatever, 10 years. So we'll stay there. But we forget about the things that on that job that may be detrimental to our health. We willing to go through that. We don't even care about that. You know what? I just get a little metal dust on me. It ain't nothing. You know what I mean? I might get a lung disease. A little lung disease ain't never hurt nobody. Right? I'm just saying that's how a lot of us out here, we looking crazy. Now, let's look up what the definition of fear is. So if you are on Facebook, I do apologize because you won't be able to see this, but you'll hear me read it, okay? So if you are on Facebook, just you'll be able to at least hear me reading this, okay? So you will be able to hear me reading this. So I'm gonna just go ahead and read this for you when we talk about fear, okay? So if you can see this on YouTube. So what does it talk about when it talks about fear? Right? What does it talk about? What does it talk about when it talk about fear? Let's see. Let's see. What does it talk about? What does it say? Let's move that over. See, I can see that. What does that say? Fear is what? an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain or a threat. Now, let me read it again for my Facebookers because YouTube, I have it up on the screen. But for Facebook, let me break this down. Okay. So, let me read it again. It says, fear, this is the definition it is, an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain or a threat. I wanted to peel this up so we can break this down real quick. This is why fear and growth go hand in hand, okay? Now, you see what it say at first say, what fear is an unpleasant emotion, right? An emotion. Now, what did we just say about emotion? Emotions, what they come and go. And what is it caused by? Right? What is it caused by? The belief. The belief that someone or something is dangerous. Right? Let's talk about that for a minute. Let's stop right there. For most business owners, this what it all boils down to. The belief. You know how we were just talking about how most people they stand comfortable on their job and wherever they at, but they talking about how they don't like it and this and that, but they still stay there because you know what? I got 401k and I'll be able to retire in 5 years and you know what? And I got vacation time, girl. Yeah, I do. And but you know what that is? That sounds like an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain or a threat. And the reason why I say that, because what's the last one? A threat. Now, we said someone or something is dangerous. Now, like I said, we breaking this down piece by piece. When we're doing that, it's dangerous for you to leave a job that you're not comfortable with, right? And maybe it's causing you pain or it's a threat. For me, like I said, it was causing me, I had dusted metal down me. But for a while, I thought it was that, I thought, okay, you know what? It might be dangerous if I go out there on my own and become a clarity coach. It might be dangerous. Why did I think that? Because I had never done it before. It might be dangerous because, hey, I don't know if I'm going to get some money. I don't know if the people going to like what I'm doing. So this can be something that could be, that's how we feel when we are business owners and we are entrepreneurs and things of that nature. The first thing we think about is, I don't know, this might be a little dangerous. I don't know. I might not be able to get this done. Right? Because when we feel like we can't be able to get it done, it's because we feel like it's a little dangerous. I might not be able to get this done. I don't know. And what's the next one? Likely to cause pain. Oh, you know what? If I do this, then I ain't gonna be able to take my trip. That's painful, right? A lot of people think it's painful to lose their 401k. A lot of people think it's painful. So I'm saying this because we have to get out of this mentality right here. We got to get out of the mentality if you want to grow. Stop thinking that applying for a position that's better, right? Because like I say, all money ain't good money. Some of y'all need to take a pay cut for your sanity and for your health. Some of y'all making more money, but your health ain't gonna last that long. So it don't make sense. You see what I'm saying? So y'all think that's likely to cause, so now y'all say it's likely to cause pain. Like I said, oh, that's very painful. A lot of people feel it's painful to lose their 401k. And then the next one is, or a threat. This is the biggest one. A lot of people feel threatened when you tell them, you know what, well, you might want to apply for something new. What, girl, I've been here for 20 years. What you trying to say? Like, go somewhere else. They act like, like what? I've been here all this time. I got these, like, that's a threat to them. To try something else? No. Why would they do that? Right? That's how a lot of people feel. Why would I do that? But I had to break this down because in order for you to grow, guess what? You're going to have to get out of that feeling or belief that this might be dangerous. This might be painful, or it might be a threat to me because I've never been there before. And start asking the questions like, for instance, a lot of people don't go Like I'm a speaker, right? So it's a lot of people that's even scared and have a fear of speaking. So they won't ever go speak because they feel what? That someone or something, and usually it's someone, they feel like someone in the audience is what? Going to be dangerous, likely to cause pain, or is it going to be a threat? What do I mean by that? They feel like they're not going to like what they have to say, right? They know everybody might attack them for what they say. And then it might cause them pain from what they said. So y'all got to understand, we living in fear, but we have to get over that. Because what's the other thing, right? Because we say, well, it might be painful, if they don't, agree with what I do, right? So let me stop sharing my screen now so I can stop um sharing my screen real quick, right? So then we say that, you know, oh, it might be painful if I do this, or if I go over here, or if I do this, have this other job, or if I apply for this thing, or if I, file for this grant. And a lot of people don't do it out of what? Thinking that they're going to be disappointed, thinking they're going to be rejected, thinking that nobody's going to like it. But what about thinking the opposite? We don't even think about, well, how do I know they don't like it if I never tried it? How do I know it's painful if I've not ever been over there? What if it works? What if it works? Every time we try something new, we feel like it can be a little dangerous, it can cause harm, or it might be a little painful. Think about the first time you learned how to drive. It's kind of scary, right? It's because you feel like it's dangerous, and that is dangerous. If you veer off the road or a car veer into you, or you might not know what you're doing, you can hurt yourself and everybody else. So it comes with all three of them there. But most of us, what do? We still get in the car, we still put it in drive, and we still keep trying and trying until what? We succeed eventually. But then when it comes to business, we act like it's something different. It's nothing different. Like, you ain't making no phone calls because you afraid. You don't even understand that procrastination, right? Procrastination, that's a form of fear, right? Because you're procrastinating because what if I don't do it correctly? Right? You thinking it's dangerous? It can cause harm. It can be painful. And we apply them things to all that. We be thinking one of them, right? Man, it's gonna be painful. What if they reject me? What if they do this? What if they don't like me? What if I can't make the sale? I'ma feel bad. That's gonna hurt me. That's a form of fear. Well, and guess what? In order for you to make the sale, in order for you to get out there and start it, you have to what? Push through and do it anyway. The only way you're gonna be able to accomplish anything is if you get out there and do it anyway. Go do it anyway. The reason why I say love you more. You about to go? All right, love you. So the reason why I say get out there and do it anyway, because y'all have to understand that's the only way you're gonna grow. The only way you're gonna grow is if you go out there and say, well, let me do it anyway. Stop not doing it because you feel like, oh, you know what? I don't know if I go to this networking event by myself, will I be able to get some contacts? Will they like me? Am I gonna be able to talk to individuals? Put yourself out there. Go anyway. Because the fact is that you need to go. See, a lot of business owners, they focus on their feelings, which is fear. That's a feeling. Okay? But in order for you to grow, you have to get out your feelings and focus on the facts. Right? You have to do that in order for you to grow. That's the only way you're going to be able to grow. So That's the only way for you to grow. So I really want y'all to understand, in order for you to grow, that's what it's all about. Okay? You got to get out your feelings and focus on the facts. Okay? Facts over feelings. So in order for you to grow, the first thing you want to grow to is fear. I get out of fear. Step into your fear. So if it's any part of your business where you feel like you real fearful there, you've been hesitating, that's the part you need to do. The first thing to do is take action in that step right there. That's what I will tell you. The first step is to take action right then and there. Okay? So that's what I do. So if y'all gonna take action today, drop it in the comments and let me know what you taking action on today. Not tomorrow, because you already know tomorrow don't ever come. Okay. So also make sure that you are following me and subscribing to me wherever you are watching me from. Don't forget, this channel right here is for entrepreneurs, business owners, and organizations that's looking to lead their team with more than just motivation. Because motivation don't last, but clarity do. All right. My name is Queen A. If y'all don't know, nobody else loves you. I do. Later. Mwah. I'm out. All right.